okay.
Evening all, and welcome back to the 2-Bit Science channel. I'd like to introduce you to the start of a little project, science fair project here. This is the back wall of the lab. A little bit noisy in here tonight, but hopefully you can hear me okay. This is a Polargraphic drawing robot, which I've set up on the back glass of my laboratory. I actually built this thing, or built the hardware for it many years ago, but didn't really have the footprint to really make it shine. And I realised the other day that I have this back wall. I realised it actually many years ago. I've always had this plan. Up in the corner there, we've got NEMA 17 stepper motors epoxied onto the glass. And this image here is the first of hopefully many images which I will draw on the glass. That's why it's a little bit rough. I got a bunch of other stuff here, a bunch of other nonsense which I'll rub off, and we'll actually make this a dedicated Polargraph art installation. And the subject material there is, of course, I'll give you some hints. 1957, she was launched into orbit by the Soviet Union. Her name was Laika. She was picked up as a stray dog on the streets of Moscow. A very famous test subject. It's a terribly sad but a terribly important piece of human history. We would never have landed on the moon had it not have been for Laika. So, yeah, part one, hopefully there's plenty to come. As you can see, it's a very simple method that I've used, bring it into focus, very simple method I've used. So in the light areas we've got dark, and then in the dark areas we've got light. There is many creative ways that you can actually generate a pixel, so to speak. You can basically turn it into a squiggle intensity based on how dark the pixel is. I've got all kinds of fun ideas. It's very faint on the glass at the moment also because I don't really have much weight hanging on it. I've got a couple of 7/16 spanners. And for those of you who are wondering, this is actually a 2.5D installation, so it does have a servo motor there, which I can briefly demonstrate for you. If I go to pen lift, see how it, you may not have seen that, pen lift, it's actually lifted that pen off the work surface, pen drop, and it's back on. So that's how we get this kind of really intricate raster that happens on the glass. And I'm really looking forward to playing around with a bunch of programs to help me come up with some really cool images. I built this back in 2017. I was really heavily influenced by a guy named Patrick Wagner, I think his name was, in Stockholm. I was following his work and I was just absolutely blown away by it. It's like the intersection between art and science, which I'm right into. So yeah, really cool stuff. Thought I'd introduce it to you. Hopefully there'll be a part 2 soon. Have a good weekend.